Hey there, Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, Virgo Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Generally, we work with the energies of the moon, but today we're going to work with the energy of the sun in Libra. And the sun in Libra is in your second house of self-esteem, self-value, self-worth, finances. Could be any of those areas. So this is actually the second time I've tried to do your video. I got interrupted by a neighbor because we had a tree fall on their fence, and so they had some concerns. Wouldn't you? All right. So I didn't get to. I had started shuffling and I dealt out some cards, but I didn't get to see them all. So if I reference back to any of the ones I did see, then you'll know where that came from. So I sat in meditation yesterday on the beach, and when I do that, I sit and I breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth, and I center myself, and then I listen to what I hear, to what I feel, what I see in my mind's eye, what I see physically, and I gather information from that. And so that is a really great way, if you're not comfortable with meditation as a rule, it's a really great way to start pulling in the awareness of the messages from Spirit that are always available to you. You just need to tune in. So what happened was when I did the breathe in and then I centered in, that was the first time in all the signs where I really felt the ground. I felt solid, it felt stable, it felt comfortable. And so I was like, wow, you really need to get grounded. And you are an earth sign, and being grounded is really important. And you guys have been going through so much stuff that I feel like the emotional waters are kind of sloshing around on you, and the idea of being solid and feeling steady would be very important to you. And then there were swans that were swimming out there, but I'm feeling the solidness, and I look up because I hear them, and they are getting up onto the shoreline, and so they're getting themselves grounded. They're coming up out of the emotional waters and getting grounded, and they were there for your entire reading. And so I feel like being grounded is really going to be important. There were a couple of little bugs that were small annoyances was the term I heard. I recognized the bugs were there. I didn't notice them in anybody else's, and so I felt like that was key and important. I feel like some things are going to kind of annoy you, and so staying grounded, staying balanced, super important. Really tapping into that Virgo 6th house energy of being, really balanced feels very important. Then there was the tightness in my chest. So I had to refocus on my breathing. I was able to breathe my way through it. So sitting in meditation, even if what that means is breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, and just feeling grounded and solid, and imagining roots coming from your body down to the earth and really pulling the energy of the earth up into you to help you feel cleaned and help you feel comfortable. So, second house, new moon, happening on the 28th, and that'll be, self-esteem, self-value, self-worth, finances. So where do you want to plant your seeds of intention? They'll take 6 to 18 months to bring in. And then there is the full moon that will be happening on the 13th of October, and that will be happening in your 8th house of transformation. What do you want to transform in your life? So what do you need to let go of to allow transformation to come in? And so the other thing that I saw was the last thing I focused on that came to my attention was the lily pad that was in front of me. And I think you guys just had the frog show up in the last reading. And that was about clearing things out on an emotional level. So physically clearing space allows you to physically clear emotional space. So that is a good place to get started on that. Me thinking about where you can create the space and the energy for that. All right, so I'm going to take all the cards that I'm going to do in this reading, and then I am going to do a personal reading. I only have 15 slots available, so if you would like to get onto this personal reading, it's only going to be $19.99. So email me, give me your sun and your moon, your rising if you know it, and then that way I can do a private reading for you. And so it'll be about a half an hour, because I'm going to also add the chakra insight cards. I'm going to try to pull one, but Spirit likes to drop me a bunch of cards when they want to. And so where do you need to balance your chakras? Get them in alignment over the course of the next month. That would be the most beneficial. I will be, because it's Libra season, I will pull a true love relationship card. These are very informative about what you can do to help balance your relationships so that they can be the most productive rewarding, fulfilling kind of situation. Of course, abundance angels, because I think financial steps are always important, but particularly for you, this might come in handy, being that we're working with your second house. Soul coaching, because I like to give Spirit an opportunity to tell you what they want you to know about how, what it is that they want you to be emphasized on, your superpower for the month. And when I was talking to one of the signs, I saw in my head also the postcards from Spirit, which are very long messages, and so I'll pull at least one of those, depending on what Spirit wants to do, and then the dragon, because we're going through this big transition here, and so it's an opportunity to really open that up and create that opportunity for you. And so what can we do about that, right? Where does that go? How does that take us? And so what I'm going to do is give you the opportunity to get basically a private reading for a much less than private reading cost. And also there are available the equinox, those are very general. They're based on everyone's sun sign. And so, the zodiac signs. And so you can purchase for sun, moon, rising if you want. You can purchase to peek in on your children, your loved ones, to see what's going on with them, to where you're going forward from here. And so those are just $1.99. So this is interesting. This was one that you received last time. You also received the dove and the peaceful warrior. So here it is. This is listen to the messages of Spirit. So I really feel like sitting in meditation, clearing out some of that emotional energy is going to be very important moving forward. We have the hedgehog. Be a magnet for love, light, and joy. Self-esteem, self-value, self-worth. How you think about yourself is what you draw and attract to you. So be a magnet for light, love, and joy. That is, think about yourself in terms that are light, love, and joy. Love yourself. Get emotionally balanced. Get out of the waters of your emotion and just kind of ground down into it. And so Spirit was all over that other one, and we have the eagle, which is also about Spirit coming in. But this is seize opportunities courageously. Opportunities are coming to you, possibly in the financial sector. Things are going to make you step out of your comfort zone a little in order to get to where you're going. And we have goat. Act from your innate wisdom. Again, Spirit really wants to talk to you. Make the time for meditation. Sit in meditation. My door, the wind is. Oh, we have a storm coming. We have a storm coming. You might have a storm coming. You need to stay grounded. I really had a feeling when I got started on your reading last time that it was like it was going to be maybe kind of a rough month. So being grounded feels really, really important. So I'm going to do the 9-card spread where we cover the past, the present, the future, your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. They used to just fly out, but I think the more that I trust my intuition, Spirit tests me. Are you paying attention? Interesting. Okay. Oh, by the way, did I mention Spirit wants to talk to you? Let's get into it. You have the winged message. So the winged messenger, this is about messages coming from Spirit to you. Listen to your innate wisdom. Listen to your innate guidance to figure out where it is that you're going, what it is you need to do, how you're going to get there. And balance. Okay. So the key to the situation is going to be balance, remaining balanced, staying grounded, handling the storms that blow up, or how are you going to manage these things? What are you going to do? How do you work your way through this? In the recent past on your mind, it looks like this was in the reverse. And this is the King of Roses. This is that emotional connection with someone else that was somehow disrupted, and it's created a little bit of an imbalance for you. This is yang energy when I look at this, or it could be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Something disrupted it. Something disrupted it. I was distracted. Look at all the letters of communication sitting on this desk for balance. They're all nice and neat and tidy, though, the way a Virgo would do it. But, again, I feel like messages are really going to be super important. And do you see the balance scales? So balancing out, managing your emotions really feels really important. And so this could be that you were feeling emotionally imbalanced. And so bringing yourself back into balance will be important. We can't do anything about the past. We can only change what we're doing now to impact what happens in the future. And here you are. You are thinking about, what can I control? What can I do? So this elk is about stability. This is about leadership. This is, taking control, wisdom. We have a wolf in this picture. I don't know if you can see the wolf. The wolf is a pack animal during some seasons, and other times it's a loner. And so being able to work in cooperation with others, and that was one of the cards that came up. The other one was with fortitude and cooperation. Be able to work in fortitude and cooperation. And so that's kind of what I think of when I see the wolf. And then we have the rabbit in the foreground, which is about financial abundance, opportunities to come in, and you have to seize the opportunities that are coming. So I feel like opportunities to create balance in your finances, as well as your emotions, are here. The water in this is a small stream. It's a little rough, though, and there's a storm brewing, but I believe that there is a storm brewing. You're going to hear it soon. And then we have this. We have Archangel Michael. Ask Archangel Michael for protection as you work your way through this transitional time. You're definitely moving through a time of transition, and now the angels and the guides stand by to aid and assist, but they cannot without your permission. So that's that free will piece. So be sure that you're asking for the free will, asking with your free will for the help. And then in the recent past, you got a lot of doubts and concerns and anxiety about which path to take. It's like you're standing at the crossroads, trying to figure out which way to go, trying to figure out what to do to bring your life back into balance. But here's the good news: you are on the right track. You are figuring this out. You have protection. Ask for it. But you're on the right track. You're moving things in the right direction. You're going to feel like you're on the right track. That's beautiful. In the past, this was in the reverse, okay? So in the past, there's this lack of passion, this apathy almost, like this stepping away from things. It was such an obstacle, I think, to get past your apathy. And it could be because of the situation that was going on up here with this King of Cups situation. King of Roses. But let's just see what this says. Okay, so the Queen of Forces. We have the Queen and the King of Forces. This is the yin and the yang. This is opportunities out there. This is the blending it in. This is bringing in the pieces. I gotta close the window. Hold on. Wow. Shoot. Okay. Well, that was fun. All right. So finding the quiet, the mixing in of the light and the dark, accepting all the pieces of you, figuring out how to blend that. So this is taking control of the situation. You know that all the stuff is here. This was in the reverse, so you can do what you want. If you want to create this balance, see how her hands are held out like a scale. You have to create the balance between the shadow and the light, between your intuition and your actions, to control all of this. This is up to you. You can do this. You just have to decide to. But you're moving in the right direction. Spirit wants to talk to you. The Ark of the Covenant. This is Spirit. This is a commitment that you make to yourself that is so powerful and so strong. And then we have the Queen of Scrolls. And the Queen of Scrolls is about communication through journaling with spirit. It's writing it down. It's really automatic writing. If you haven't started a journal, now would be a really great time, because when you start communicating with spirit that way, showing up at a regular time to have this conversation, you will find that stuff starts coming out of the pen that you weren't expecting, and that's because your higher self is in communication with you. And so if you ask for protection and guidance before you start journaling, ask for your guidance to come in and to talk to you and to lead you and to guide you, you will start receiving that way through information. But being grounded, staying emotionally steady would be the way to go. Wow. All right, then. We didn't lose that, thank goodness, battery power. All right. I feel like this is about you. This is about you weathering the storms. That's what it feels like. I can't even tell you. This feels very appropriate. Okay, so let's get to some guidance as we walk our way through this. So how can you manage your thoughts? Oh. Okay, so originally you had a snake in the first one, and here is a snake again. And this is about being able to transition, to transform. But this is pulling back the curtain on what are you afraid of. Pulling back the curtain on who you are inside. Willing to transform. Don't let somebody else tell you who you are, though. We do have this divine timing card here. This divine timing card of waiting for information, look, it's a blank page. It's like waiting for the inspiration to come. Make sure that you are asking. I feel like you need to ask for protection, is what this feels like. Don't let someone else tell you who you are, what your value system are. Ask Archangel Michael to come in and help you stay balanced, to be grounded. Remember, you are in charge of your own life. I feel like there's some temptations coming in. So try to stay balanced as you work your way through that. That looks a little dicey, I gotta tell you. So positive thoughts. I feel like you really need to keep your thoughts positive. You need to brush off the little annoyances and try to stay as balanced as possible. Okay, so part of the problem is the world right now is going through a big transition, and it's affecting the energies around you. So this is an awareness that there is a lot of things transitioning. So you are healed, and first steps. This is moving out of the darkness into the light. You are healed, it says. You are healed. The healing you prayed for is on its way. And the first steps, breaking down the problem into pieces, makes it easy to take the first step. You're on the right track. You are healing. I think that this feels like something around you happened that you didn't necessarily have a lot of control on. I think it made you a little unbalanced, and you were like, I don't know where to go from here. But now is the time to start breaking down the problem into small pieces so you can start to figure out what the solution is, using your intuition, asking Archangel Michael to protect you through this process feels really important since that devil showed up. It really does. But so often the devil is, it's temptations, it's lack of boundaries, it's addictions. So if you're battling any of those things, asking for the guidance you need. That's it. But it's time to go. If you were wondering when it was time to start taking action, the time is now. You're on the right track, though. You're on the right track. So that's really great. All right. Let's get you just a little bit more guidance here before we wrap this thing up. Wow, what a reading. So, but if you would like a more personalized reading, I do total personalized readings where you could ask me a question. Or those are a lot more expensive. That's, for an hour, it's $75. So if you want to just get in on the little special for the 15 readings, be sure to email me. So we have two very similar color, right? That's that green heart chakra. That's that healing energy. That is the you are healed energy. Saint Raphael for the healing, Saint Michael for the protection. They feel very important. So we have jade. I am incredibly lucky. I have plenty of money with plenty to spare. So if you're worried about finances, it is second house, right? This is what you say. I have plenty of money with plenty to spare. I have plenty of money with plenty to spare. And by the way, did I mention that Spirit wants to talk to you? I meditate regularly. I am insightful. My connection with universal wisdom guides me daily. Spirit wants you to meditate and spend time with them. So that's apophyllite, and this is jade. So focusing on the greens in your life, the healing energy, the sense of financial abundance that comes from it, and the meditation. But when I see green, that feels to me like meditation in nature. So I meditate regularly. I am insightful. My connection with universal wisdom guides me daily. Talk to Spirit. They really want to get in touch with you. All right? You take care. I will see you on Thursday for next week's reading. And if you want one of the other readings, be sure to email me and I will get it right out to you. All right? You take care. We'll talk soon.